Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Creating Tailwinds Podcast by FlightPath Financial with your hosts, John Urbick and Jared Adams. Join us today as we discuss the power of infinite banking. And here we go.
Hello there, John. Greetings and welcome. Hope you're having a good day.
Jared, hello and congratulations. This is a big day for you.
Well, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you saying that. I couldn't have done it without your help and support.
Well, for the audience, let me give them this. Jared has been working diligently, very hard to become a infinite banking practitioner, and all his hard work has finally paid off and culminated today, and he is officially been blessed as a Nelson Nash Infinite Banking Practitioner. So he has the blessing of the organization, and it has been an absolute pleasure of mine to work with Jared, one of the smartest guys you'll ever meet.
You're far too kind. Far too kind.
No, you've been awesome. You've been awesome. So congratulations, Jared.
Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate that, and hopefully it's not the ending of anything with FlightPath Financial. It's just a great beginning. It's how we all launch off and just get better. It's been an absolutely awesome partnership, and I can't wait to see what the next phase is.
No, you've done nothing but make it better, Jared. It's been awesome, and the door is always open here for as long as you want to walk through it. Such a pleasure to work with you. But
that's really cool. I appreciate you saying that. Well, why don't we tell everybody what the practitioner program is? Maybe a little bit about it. How many? I don't even know how many folks there are now, but I know it's a very small percentage of all insurance agents in the country. There's a very, very small percentage that are practitioners for IBC practitioners.
And that's not because of availability. That's because of a choice, and that's because of it has to be the right fit. The Nelson Nash Institute under David Stern is very, very judicial on who they pick to do this. It's not a free nod. So to Jared, to your credit, I mean, my gosh, welcome to a very, very select group of people. And maybe since you're fresh off of it, you've been through this, maybe you could tell people out there why you chose to become a practitioner and what it means to you.
Well, that's pretty awesome. The main reason was when I first learned about what a practitioner was, just by, the practitioner finder. Once you get to meet some of those folks, it's an amazing community. It is a very giving, very just give you the shirt off of their back style community. They can't wait for you to ask the questions that they could potentially share the knowledge on. And so I'm honored to be in that community, because that really resonates with me. I feel that I'm that same way, right? I can't wait to talk to people who want to talk about infinite banking. If you don't want to talk about it, that is great. I don't have a problem with that at all. We can change the topic and go on with our ways. I don't have any judgment or any axes to grind on that. But those that do want to talk about it, I get excited about it. As you can tell just by the podcast we've done so far, I'm passionate about the topic, and it was a huge passion for me just on what it did for my family, and the way that it was able to change around some of our financial mindset and our financial planning looking forward. So once I caught it, I couldn't wait to share it with more people. So the practitioner program was really just the next step on how to connect with more people and how to connect and tell people more about IBC.
Wonderful. So ladies and gentlemen, Jared is there to tell you where the problem is, what the solution is, and how you can implement it. That is, in a nutshell, at a 30,000-foot level, the three major groups of the Infinite Banking Practitioner Program.
Yep.
So, Jared, what was your experience? You've been working really hard at this.
Yeah, the experience is once you say, hey, I'd like to be a practitioner, they schedule a time to do an interview. So before any materials are collected or disseminated, before any videos are watched, before any course fees are paid, all of that happens after an interview. It might happen to be with David Stearns and Carlos Lara. The interview is a little intimidating. I mean, Carlos Lara is a god in his own in this IBC space, but man, he was the nicest, kindest, person that I have ever met, and he was just there to have a conversation. There was nothing that it was intrusive. There was nothing that was, I had to have the right answer. He just wanted to get to know me a little bit. So that was really the first step, was an online slash, Zoom style interview with those folks. I think Lee usually tries to make those interviews, but she wasn't able to make that one. So once that step was done, then it was get the course materials and get the very thick. I never counted the pages, but it looks like a 200 to 300 page three bing binder manual that has exactly what John was saying. It's got it talks about the problem, the solution, and the implementation of the infinite banking concepts. And there's a small section that you would read, and then you would go watch a video online and then do some questions afterwards to see if it stuck. And then after the course manual, there were 2 other required reads. One of them, obviously, I had read before wanting to be a practitioner, which was Becoming Your Own Banker by Nelson Nash. And then the other one was How Privatized Banking Really Works. That one was also, that's a Carlos Lara and Bob Murphy book. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Yep. So those 2 books were also required reads. So, between those, the textbook and then the 2 other required reads, once you've got through those, they say, you're ready to take the test. Just tell us when you're ready. Being the person that I am, I'm a bit of an over-preparer on tests. And I think I went through the course manual twice, and I just didn't know if I was ever ready. So by the time I scheduled it and just bit the bullet and said, let's go make this happen, it turned out that I had over-prepared and that I was very ready. So that was kind of start to finish. It was about a 5 to 6 month process.
You're being very humble, because before you ever get to the interview point, you've got to structure all of the underlying credentialization, the licensing, the insurance on your insurance, and a couple of those things that people don't even know about that you have to do.
That's a good point. Yeah, I never thought about that.
Yeah, so there's a fair amount of time and a huge investment of your working capital from your day to get this up and running for you, and not everybody does it. They're interested, but they just kind of, it peters out because it takes genuine commitment. And
Sure.
And Jared demonstrated that very, very clearly. So I couldn't be prouder to work with a harder working guy. But,
that's awesome. Yeah, I really appreciate you saying that. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, you do have to get licensed by the state that you reside in and get all that licensing, and then the E&O insurance and all the other pieces that go along with that. So yeah, I totally forgot about that.
And anybody who really is interested in, who may be licensed out there or thinking about being licensed and would like to learn more about this, they can contact us, right, Jared? They can call you, they can call me, and we're more than happy. We are all about information and about education. This is not a transactional business for Jared and I. It truly is not. We care about you. We care about our clients. That's what this is all about.
That's right. Yep.
So, but I know, Jared, that you've got a big evening ahead yet, and so I didn't want to run too long on this, but I wanted to just officially recognize you and thank you for the effort that you put in. Kind of plug for the Infinite Banking program and the Practitioner program. And those that are interested, please contact Jared, contact me, flightpathfinancial.com. Both of our links are there. Or you can email either of us, John at Flight Path Financial or Jared at Flight Path Financial.
That's right. That's right.
Right?
That's right. Yeah, and I've already updated the profile, so you could find my name on the practitioner finder through infinitebanking.org.
How could I forget that, Jared, right?
Yeah,
oh, my goodness.
I'm officially up there now. I get to be a part of the crowd.
Let's say that again. Tell people what that is, so in case they don't know.
Yeah, that's right. So if you go to infinitebanking.org, which is the main website for all things, infinite banking, they have a practitioner finder. And on that practitioner finder, you can find one of any of the practitioners all across North America. And as of today at shortly after noon, I was listed on that website. So if you search for the state of Georgia, you'll see John's name listed. You'll see my name listed as well.
And an important point for people to understand out there, Jared, both of us come from a flying background, airlines, and there may be pilots out there listening who are in different states. Do not let that dissuade you at all from calling myself or calling Jared, because we are capable of being of writing business in any state in the union.
That's right.
that is a very, very easy process. Just because Jared's in there for Georgia right now, if you're in Iowa or you're in Washington State or you're in Arizona and you'd like to contact Jared,
that's right.
Contact him, because he certainly can help you, and you're not going to find a finer guy. So,
that's right.
Yep. Just want to make that point.
Well, given all the recent studying, you'll leave you with one quick point, and I'm sure you've heard of this book before, and it's Malcolm Gladwell's book on the tipping point,
Yes.
which is, the basically building the 10% and, slowly building the trend that will take off and become popular. And I am honored to be on board on the infinite banking concept, and I would love to help build the 10%.
Well, we're so grateful to have you, Jared. Congratulations once again.
Thank you much. Well, thanks for the quick episode on the tune in here. Look forward to the next topic where we'll dive into more things, infinite banking concepts.
Wonderful. All right, Jared, thank you. Congratulations, and have an awesome evening, everyone.
Thanks, John. Take care.
We'd like to thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Creating Tailwinds podcast with your hosts, John and Jared. As always, we welcome your questions and critiques. You can reach us through the Contact Us tab at flightpathfinancial.com. Remember, it's all about how you think. As Nelson Nash has said about infinite banking, give it your close attention, and it can make a radical improvement in your financial future.